Welcome back, galactic citizens. It's January the 17th, 2020, and it's never been a more exciting time to be a fan of Star Wars universe. Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker have concluded the Skywalker saga, but a lot of fans are very interested in the events that brought us to the events of The Rise of Skywalker. This is Grand Moff Tarkin. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, one thing about Episode 9 is that there are large parts of this Star Wars movie that are not explored, part of the timeline in which fans are interested in. In today's episode of Star Wars Explained, we are going to talk about Sith Troopers' rigorous trainings, so stay tuned for further details. Named after the Sith, an ancient order of Force users devoted to the dark side of the Force, Sith Troopers drew power and inspiration from such order's dark legacy, and were the next evolution of Imperial Stormtroopers. They wore red-colored Stormtrooper armor and wielded a STW-48 blaster rifle. Sith Troopers' genetic suitability compared to a human genome-type clone template needs to be 97.5% or higher. Their height needed to be within 1.79 until 1.85 meters. Their weight needed to be in the range of 78 until 85 kilograms. Their body mass rating need to have a Scala scoring of 22 × 5 at maximum. Their tactical intelligence rating needed a testing result of at least 790 points, and their receptivity to indoctrination rating needs to have a minimum class of C. After passing recruitment standards, Sith Trooper recruits were deployed for training at one of the Sith Eternal academies. At least two are known. The first secret academy in Hask Desert was one of the more well-known facilities, which focused on training Sith fleet officers. As part of their training, the recruits undergo wilderness survival, desert warfare simulations, underwater battle tactics, experimental weapon testing, flash memory instruction in military history, self-discipline, tough emotional suppression, and education in the principles of the Emperor's final order. In addition, the Sith Troopers training composed of both grueling physical tests as well as an extensive indoctrination, which was strong enough to produce loyalty to the Sith, and leaving very few successful attempts to bribe, blackmail, or seduce them. Important to note that the indoctrination was extremely tough to such an extent that they can't even be reasoned with, let alone deprogrammed, and as such makes the ideology terrifying. Their training was rigorous enough in its conditioning that Sith Troopers tended to favor their right side and adopt identical kneeling positions. It is also implied that beside wilderness survival, desert warfare simulations, and underwater battle tactics, recruits to the Sith Troopers also were extensively trained to survive in any environment, including those that are harbored climates hostile to that of humans. So anyways, my fellow galactic citizens, with that being said, let me know what do you think about Sith Troopers and their training. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop thumbs up for this video to support our channel. I thank you also very much for your kind support, and until next video, may the Force be with you always.